Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Guess what got here today? Dr. Chen.
Hi everybody.
Last time when you were on my channel, everybody was asking about different food. It's like they love you. So, because you love him, I bring him back to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about something even more interesting, and we're gonna get started right now. So last time we were talking about different food that impact your skins, right?
Yes.
And if you haven't seen that video, we're gonna put a link below so you can check it out. So this time I asked him. Oops, the camera's moving too much. I asked Paul straight out: is it possible to stay young forever? Because I just turned 46. Do I look 46?
Of course not.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best. But the truth is that we all want to stay younger, looking younger, but I just want to know, is it possible to stay young? I think some of you have the similar question too, and he's going to tell us everything about. So is it possible to stay young forever?
You can always stay young within because you can feel young. But
stay young
within. But you want to show it outside because you want people to know that you are young and you are vibrant, and of course you feel young, and that's why you want to show that you are young. And so what this tells us is that your outside wants reflect the inner you. But obviously when people look at you, the first thing they see is your skin.
Yes.
They see your appearance, they see the outside of you. And so a very wise dermatologist told me that your skin is like a mirror. It reflects everything that's going on inside your body.
I never thought about that.
Yes.
It's really good way to look into to figure it out.
It makes perfect sense. You know, when you go to the doctor and he does the physical and he looks at you and he knows maybe you have some problems, and you know what your skin can reflect. Some of the things I can ask you and you would know. For instance, if you're anemic, what would you look like?
Skinny.
You would look pale, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, you look pale. So skin reflects what's going on. If you have a liver problem, you have a yellowish color skin.
Yellow, yeah.
It's called
glycation. No.
Yeah. It's almost like that.
Okay, I'm more like beauty stuff.
So your skin reflects everything about you. So whatever's going on inside you, you can show your emotion. You can show how well and how young or how vibrant you are within. And some of the things we can show by saying is you have some idea what young or looking young is supposed to be like.
The perception is very different.
Your perception is very different. So people would say, well, looking young is having a face with no wrinkles. That's maybe some of the ways people express it. And some people would say, well, to look young we have to have a full head of hair, because old people, they lose their hair.
No, I got a little bald spot.
So but that contributes to a lot. You know, to have a full head of hair, you have to have a good nutritional diet, because a bad nutritional diet will make you lose your hair, or your hair will fall out a little bit more. And if your hormonal is imbalanced, and you might have hair loss as well. And you have a thyroid problem, you might have hair loss as well.
That is the worst.
I know. So if you can have all these different kind of diseases or problem or illnesses that will affect the outer look, and if you want to look and your perception of what's looking young, then you need to look after the organs within, and let the organs within reflect on the outside, and showing people that you are healthy and vibrant.
So then people take vitamins.
People take vitamins. People take supplements like fish oil.
How early can you? I think a lot of people always ask, how early can they start taking vitamin? Once I talked to my doctor in the U.S. and I was about 35. He said, "Oh, you don't need to take vitamin until you're 40, 50 years old."
Okay.
I'm thinking it should be like cosmetics, skincare. Earlier you do it, better it for the long term.
The question is what kind of vitamins and what kind of supplements that you need. And the thing is, we need to understand what your lifestyle is like and what's your diet like. So if you are vegan or vegetarian, or you're gluten intolerant, you might have some sort of a dietary choices, and you might miss down on certain vitamins and certain minerals and certain supplements. And because of your dietary choices, you need to supply all the things that you've lost back into your diet. So you need to put that back in. For instance, vitamin B12 is mostly found in meat. So if you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegan, you need vitamin B12.
Okay.
But if you've been a vegan for all of your life, how soon should you take vitamin B12? Very young. If you're vegan since a very, very young age, you might, have a really low supply of vitamin B12 within you, and you need to make supply of that. So it is not about age, it's about your lifestyle and your lifestyle choices. And when you have a different lifestyle choices, you shouldn't be, because of that lifestyle choices, to look a little bit older than you should. So you can still remain looking young, vibrant, by taking supplements.
So, okay, you mentioned about vegan, you need B12. If you are vegetarian, what do you need?
If you're vegetarian, depends on whether or not you take eggs or milk. Then you are missing out on some of the dietary proteins, because some of the proteins and amino acids are found only in meat. Not on some of the essential amino acids are found in meat, and so some of them you need to have supplements from eggs or milk.
I see.
But if you're a full vegetarian with no eggs or milk, then you might be missing out, and then you need to take a little bit more supplements on amino acids to help you.
Got it.
But if you are a meat eater, which is a lot of Americans, meat eater,
and Asian too.
Yes. So a lot of glutens are found actually in vegetations, green leaf trees or vegetables. What it does is that it actually protects these plants from UV damage. So for every chlorophyll, which is the green part of the leaf, there is a lutein right next to it to protect it. And what we need that for is to protect our eyes from the UV damage from our eyes. And that's found in green leaf vegetations. So if you're a meat eater and you don't eat a lot of vegetables and you don't eat a lot of greens, you might
need that.
Yeah, you might need that because you need perfect eyes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And one last person, gluten allergies.
Okay, gluten allergies, you might miss out on some of the carbohydrates. And also maybe some of the amino acids that associate with glutens. But basically gluten dietary people, basically you're fine. Because yes, because there's a lot of different supplements you can actually take, and even fruit or vegetables that you eat that are actually gluten-free. There's not much, but the only problem with you is when you touched or eat something with a gluten inside, it will cause your digestion, inflamed digestion. So that's not a problem. So those with that kind of problem, you just have to know what's inside your food. But basically you're fine, because you can eat fruit, vegetables, and you can eat meat, and you can supply all your necessity from it. So that's okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if somebody very young age and they don't have any dietary issues, but they want to be good organ inside? Can they go to the doctor, do some blood test to see what's missing maybe?
Oh, that's most definitely. You should always do a physical examination to see what's going on within your body. It doesn't really matter how young you are. You don't have to think that because you're young, you are actually disease-free. That's not true. Disease or illnesses can actually be manifested at any single, at very, very different age, and even a very young age.
Yes.
And you should actually get it tested every day. Not every time, every year. If you think that you have a hereditary problem, if you think you might have a chronic illness, you need to have it tested every year. But if you don't, you're a healthy person, then you could need to have it tested once in a while, maybe every 3 years or every 5 years. But if you are ever like found to have a sort of borderline problems, like borderline blood sugar problem, borderline cholesterol problem, borderline different problems or liver problems, then you should have a much shorter period between your test and the next test.
I see.
Yes, so basically it depends on your body and how the results turn out. But a lot of people wants to look young and vibrant, but the most important of all, you want, inside is fantastic. In and out should match. And you should live long and happy, because it's long and it's prosperous. It's always long first.
Do you guys want to know how made him happy? Louis Vuitton. We should do an unboxing in your house next time.
Oh, we should actually.
You should really tell it like you beside the doctor part, but you should do like a review the values.
Yes, we should do a shop therapy.
Yes.
We need to show you what shopping therapy can do for you.
Yeah, we start at the VIP room first.
That smile is from just thinking about.
Thank you so much. This is really great. A lot of, I think we as a human, we took it granted what we have. And just because you feel great today doesn't mean you are really, really healthy. So you should definitely do a check on you. Always find out early than late.
Yes, that's so true.
Based on what's lacking in your body, your doctor, don't ask me, please, I don't want to answer, but your doctor should ever provide you information, say, you lack of this, you need to take this vitamin, supplement, right? They should have to do that. You do it.
Yeah, and so basically what you actually need is just sufficient amount of everything. Just because something is good, it doesn't mean you need to take a lot of it. You just take what you need every day, and that's all. Because a lot of people might think, oh, this is a fantastic vitamin, I should just take a little bit more. Or I could actually substitute the vitamins for the food that I'm eating. That's wrong. You should never substitute a vitamin for the food that you're supposed to eat every day. It's very, very unhealthy. And basically, what I was saying about being, what we're saying about with the inner and the outer, when we have to live a little bit longer. So one of the interesting facts that I need to share with you is that if you want to live longer, every year the World Health Organization will tell you that the top 10 countries with the longest living age, men and women.
Is that in Japan?
Yes, well the number one has always been Japan. It has been in Japan. Well, basically I think it's a genetic and the diet and the lifestyle. But basically on the top 10 for the men and the female, we found that there are 3 countries that's always there. One of them is Japan.
They live the longest.
Yeah, they live the longest.
Okay.
They live the longest, Japan. One is Korea and one is Taiwan.
Okay, well that's not helping me, but okay, continue.
I'm sorry, US, you've never made top 10. Never. Okay, so anyway, top 3 has always been, not the top 3, the top 10 has always have these three countries. And one of very interesting facts that we also found out is that with the men, the countries that are up there in the top 10 are the countries that have very good welfare. And that shows a little bit of a contributing factors to how men live. Maybe money is a greatest stress for men, and so this stress kills a lot of young healthy men. And if your government can share a little bit of that burden, and
this is not political show here.
This is not political. If somebody else can share that burden, and of course it takes the stress off the man, and it actually makes the man live longer. And how long, you would ask? An average of 6 years longer.
Wow.
So if you live in a place where there's a health welfare, or somebody covers a lot of welfare for your, or somebody else picks up your bill in another sense.
Geneva, that's good, I heard.
So these countries, like the Northern European countries, countries in Asia, and also in Australia, where there's a really good welfare program, you find that the men in these countries live a little bit longer than those countries with no welfare.
Okay.
So basically, we found out there is a little bit of a money-related and stress problem related with how men lives.
Okay, so that was the men.
Yes.
What about women?
For women, then we need to look a little bit different. And for women, we found out that actually good fat.
Okay.
It's actually a very key factor to how long a woman can live.
I'm gonna pause you. If you want to know what's a good fat, you need to look at the video from last time. Don't tell them, okay?
Okay.
That's how we get viewer.
Of course. Okay, so these
Okay.
countries that are made up to the top 10 for the women are from the Mediterranean area.
Oh, they eat a lot of yogurt, a lot of seafood.
Yes, yogurt, seafood, and olive oil.
Yes.
These diets around that area, we all know that are very beneficial to you, but to a lot of people, it's just fat. But it's not just fat. Fats are good if you actually are taking what's needed. But if you are taking those bad fats, then it's actually going to kill you.
Yeah.
And apart from the Mediterranean countries around there, there's another country that's not in the Mediterranean, but it's also in Europe. And that country is Switzerland.
Yes. I don't know what they like chocolate. I don't know.
Not chocolate. We know the Swiss chocolates are fantastic, but it is the cheese hot pot.
Fondue.
Fondue.
I'm gonna die very soon. I hate cheese.
We know that good cheese and cheese in general are very good in providing the need essential fatty acids.
Yeah.
And apart from essential fatty acids, it's got sufficient minerals like calcium. And so we know that when you eat good fat into your body, it actually helps you. And a lot of people don't understand because we've been taught that fat kills you, and fat is the leading cause of heart problems, and heart problems are going to kill you. It's going to give you a stroke, it's going to give you a heart attack. Yes, well, you do see a lot of statistics showing that the top 2 killing factors in the world are stroke and heart attack. Why?
Yes.
Because the definition of death is when your heart stops or when your brain stops functioning.
Yes.
So obviously when your definition is these 2, the number 2 killers are heart and brain. If you change the definition, these 2 will no longer be on the top, 1 and 2.
And the most contribution is the blood floating got clogged, right?
Yes, that's the things that people want you to believe. Yes.
Oh. As you can see, this is not rehearsed. Okay,
it's definitely not rehearsed.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that the fact is, you need to understand what is actually going on in your body. Fats are 80% made by your liver.
Okay.
It is not consumed. Only 20% is consumed. So your body will not provide or will not make what's not necessary to your body. So when your body needs it, your body will provide for it. You will actually manufacture what it needs.
Oh, I didn't know the liver produced fat.
Yes, it produces 80% of all the things you need.
Wow.
And why do we need that? Because we need that to make our hormones. So, you know, to look young, to look good, you need to have hormones. Hormones gives you, I don't know, basically growth.
Yeah. It's the whole body.
It's the whole body. Well, you know, puberty, you know. So hormonal growth is very essential for every single human being. But the essential ingredient for hormone is cholesterol. So if you don't have cholesterol, you don't have hormones. So people who are on a diet, they lose weight, but they lose their menstrual cycles. Or women lose their menstrual cycle, and men lose their potency. And so you need this kind of fats in your body, but we don't want you to eat bad fats that's going to clog your arteries.
Yes.
We wanted you to eat good fats that's going to help you. And what are good fats?
Don't tell them, it's in the video in the past.
That's right.
I'm gonna put a link below. You have to watch that.
Yes, and so you need to understand that what you eat is what you are. So you are what you eat. That's what people say.
Yes.
So if you want to look young and stay young forever, well, basically that's what we all want, and live young and prosperous, then of course your balanced diet is very essential for your internal organ, and that's going to also help with the outer look. Your outer look is going to reflect just what I said in the beginning.
Yeah.
It mirrors what's happening inside your body, and what's happening inside your body, it will show on your skin. And if you want to feel young, you need the balance of your hormonal status. You know, if you're in hormonal imbalance, you can get acne all over your face. Or a lot of people know about acne.
Yeah.
So imbalanced hormonal, you can get acne, and that's not a pretty sight. Yeah.
How do you even when I do consultation, I always say, "Oh, have a balanced hormone." But how do you do that? Honestly, I don't even know how.
Sleep. Beauty
That's
sleep.
it.
That's what we call beauty sleep.
Oh.
Not sleeping beauty, but beauty sleep. Why? Because we know that a stress hormone called cortisol.
Yes.
Everybody knows about the stress
Yeah.
hormone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're stressed, the cortisol rate rises right up. But when the cortisol rises right up, it's going to cause a lot of problem. It's going to cause obesity, a rise in blood sugar, and it's going to cause acne, insomnia, and you know what insomnia brings? Baggies under the eyes.
Mine is definitely not that because I slept a lot. This is other issues. Okay, continue.
Okay, so it actually reflects on the skins, and if there's something wrong with where the cortisol come from, the cortisols actually come from a place called the adrenal glands. Adrenal glands is actually located right on top of your kidney. It looks like a bunch of fat just like sitting right on top of your kidney. And that adrenal gland plays a very important part in your hormonal and also your stress. And it's one of the biggest sympathetic organ. You know, if you want to have a balance between sympathetic and parasympathetic, autonomic balance, your nerve balance, that is the largest sympathetic organ. And that's going to cause a lot of stress if it's on high or on a turbo. And what's the number one source for you to produce that is stress, and that's why we say stress kills.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
everyone knows that.
Stress
one. Yeah.
kills. Okay, this is what really happens. Cortisol, what makes cortisol? Cholesterol. Cholesterol is what we need to make cortisols and other hormonal product. So when we see a rise in lipid, you need to check whether or not your cortisol level is high or not, because cortisol kills, stress kills. Okay, so you don't just go, oh, I see an increase in cholesterol, so there's a chance for you to die. It doesn't go like that.
Yeah.
There is something in between that you need to look at, and it's not just by reducing this it's going to solve this. It's not, because the problem is within the middle there. And what's happening in there is the hormonal imbalance and the sympathetic and the parasympathetic that's going on right there. And that's a lot of medical study that we need to do. But it's not this equals that. It doesn't equal exactly like that, but that's what the medical field wants you to know. That equals that. Fat equals death. But it isn't. Fat could equal long-lived and even longer, healthier living. So that's a lot of different ideology that you can actually take on. And basically a lot of your new cells, because cells divide, and when they divide they become younger and we will become younger. So when you need to cell divide, you need cholesterol, you need fat, you need protein. So you need fat and protein to produce new cells.
Oh my god, I feel like there's so much going on in this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is have a really, really balanced diet. Don't be afraid of fat, as long as it's good fat, and you want to know what good fat is, click on the link below, so you would understand that fat is not the problem.
The problem is us choosing the wrong fat.
That's right. Yes. And we know that when you look at fat, you need to look at some of the labelings. So it's not just regular trans fat. Anything that's processed with trans fat, throw it away. But if it's natural and it's poly or mono unsaturated, you can add it into your diet. It's not gonna add to your body weight. It is not gonna add to any of your heart or brain issues, because good fat would actually help you prevent these kind of things from happening.
Wow, guys, do you know in Taiwan people pay him to talk about this? And this is the free. Well, actually, it's not free. I bought him 3 Starbucks.
Yes, these are made from really nice polyunsaturated.
I tried to kill you, right? No, thank you so much. I mean, I feel like every time here I learn so much with you.
Yes.
And it's like your doctor won't tell you all this. So this is really great information.
Yes, because we want every single one of our viewers to know that we care about you, we want you to look younger, and we definitely want you to live longer.
Yes. Alright, well thank you so much. Again, I'm going to put Paul's social media content below. He's very famous in Taiwan, so he's not very active on social media, but you can still find him. And no, thank you. It's really great information. Thank you.
No problem.
And guys, don't forget to follow all my social media right over here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.